let's keep it 100. Everybody who know me, you know I don't do this. I don't do none of this corniness. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Everybody who know me, y'all know my style.
Oh, so I think it's not about the problem, it's about how you handle the problem. And I think I handled it very well. And you know, everything trends for a minute and then it goes away.
It always goes away.
I've been waiting like, yo, get the fuck out the crib. Like, go ahead, bro. I've been waiting. I'm happy. I was like, ooh, got him.
Claressa then intensified her efforts on Instagram, posting a photo of herself smiling and stating, "Outdoors on these streets in New York. Call me .yes." It was definitely not subtle. She appeared to be tormenting Remy by announcing to the world that she was in her backyard and ready for a smoke. And let's be honest, the internet is crazy about nasty girl-on-girl feuds like this one, Simple. Now, as though the chaos wasn't enough, the block captain decided to weigh in yes. The fight rapper, who has been linked to Remy for the past 12 months, he came to the conclusion that it was time for him to depart as well. He basically pleaded with Papoose to unblock him online, bringing up the whole allegation that Pap had unconscienced him. Easy says he was never touched by Papoose, actually, for the past 2 years. Papoose has been aware of his brief connection with Remy. Please pardon me. Do. You mean that Papoose has been letting events play out in the background while still trying to promote Claressa as a prize on his Instagram? It's embarrassing. Supporters soon saw that Tap was beginning to seem more like the fairy tale clown than the New York monarch.
Then they drop it on the couple Maserati. Can't do it while I'm such a fucking doggy, nigga. I'm standing at a table full of bottles.
Yes. Naturally, Remy also didn't remain silent. She subtly diminished Pap's strength by denying that Pap he knocked Easy out because his wife is now effectively conspiring with her alleged sidekick to slander him. Let's be honest. Since Remy is out there making jokes and Pap seems to be the one who isn't aware that he is the object of them. Everyone in this situation is suffering greatly from Pap's overall persona. Claressa is also sly, as though life were delicious. Remember that this is the same Pap who used to be a husband's objective. They loved how he held Remy when she was in jail, didn't they? Because he seemed to be the rebound lover who couldn't control the discourse in his own relationship. He is presently being made fun of online. That drop-off is insane. The worst thing is that whenever Pap tries to appear like he's moved on, the women in his life constantly surpass him. Remy makes fun of him in public. Claressa ignores him, and her ex even trolls him.
Came on here claiming that, oh, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do.
Pap hasn't even made many straight remarks, which is ridiculous. He is not standing up for Claressa. The air is not being cleared by him. Nothing sometimes being silent works, but in this case, it just makes him weaker. Furthermore, this catastrophe could not have been better written by you. Claressa has a carefree queen persona. Pap is positioned in the middle, appearing like the person who everyone is making fun of. And Remy is acting as if she still has Pap enamored. Unfortunately, nobody can answer this question at this time. Is Pap really the center of Claressa's attention? Or is she hiding her personal life and only letting him serve as the public face? Given how she is staying mute, how Tony keeps making fun of her, and how Remy is still grinning, it appears as though we do not even know the entire story.
Just win.
Now, when are you knocking Remy Ma out?
Stop.
Y'all know I had to bring that up, okay? Because the girls was tussling over the internet. I didn't know if she was gonna get knocked out. I was scared. Oh, shit.
The internet is not a real place to be. Listen, I woke up that morning just as shocked as everybody else. Like, what the hell?
Oh my God.
What's going on? I'm like, I want to promote the movie. What is this?
But honestly, it did also promote the movie because people was like, damn.
Yeah.
So
now
what's
I gotta go see who this girl is.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, you know, they say, all publicity is good publicity, but baby, the internet is not a real.
How is it handling and dealing with all that new, and not really new, but just even more popularity?
Yeah. You know what? I had to tell myself, like, this comes with the territory. You talking about being Beyonce, baby girl, and you're in boxing? It's like, Beyonce get way more stuff than this, you know? So I think it's not about the problem, it's about how you handle the problem. And I think I handled it very well.
Indeed, she wasn't just calling him bae, she was announcing her engagement to everyone. How about that? Ring, it wasn't only for entertainment. A few months later, she is smiling at Tony as though he were her genuine love while posting pictures from their anniversary. They then seem to be still in business in 22-4 as they spend New Year's together. Tony is seen in the photos physically grabbing a handful of Clarissa's peaches, while she is dressed in a mini dress. In another year, my fiance and I will bring it in 2024. Please be kind to us, girl. You can't publish it and pretend it wasn't that serious. She was announcing in May of that year that they had just sold their first home together. Like it wasn't enough. This isn't situationship behavior that is establishing a completely new pattern of behavior for the future. You know, for those who had seen everything. It was entertaining to see Claressa and Papoose show up right away and then chuckle at Tony's awkward Facebook posts. People are curious as to when she broke up with Tony since the time was too close for comfort. Was Papoose lawfully engaged at the start of their relationship? As a result, you are receiving a lot of negative feedback from the internet. Instead of having moved on, they think Claressa changed from fiancé to Papoose without actually pausing in between. It is clear that the ex is now feeling bold enough to harass her new partner's wife, which only serves to highlight the fact that the two still need to sort things out at this moment. Papoose, who seems to be the most indifferent man on earth, comes into play, or possibly the most naive. Since her ex is out there taking shots as Papoose flaunts Claressa on his Instagram as though he had just won the heavyweight title. If the path is lovely, let's not ask where the captain is going. Really cute. Papoose, are you even aware of what is happening around you? Admirers query though. Meanwhile, Remy Ma isn't keeping quiet. Instead of relaxing, she has been poking fun at them both. Remember that this woman basically said that Claressa isn't murdering anyone, just as Papoose wasn't killing her, according to reports. Yes, Remy came by, and you can find the receipts online. Imagine Remy appearing online with a shade that cuts deeply, even as Papoose tries to tactfully introduce her on his site. Claressa keeps laughing at her ex's jokes. Fans aren't even certain who to believe anymore, despite the fact that the ladies in his life are always making fun of him. It is clear that Pap seems to be trying to show that he has moved on. She arrived here.
He said, yo, I ain't knocked the nigga out because I shook his, because my wife. I knocked the nigga out because he shook my hand. Then fuck my wife. You sound like a pussy. Here's the thing, nigga, I didn't know you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And if you want to keep it a bean, if you want to tell the real story, my nigga, I was on the whole opposite side from you. And I was just like, yo, I don't want to meet nigga. You came up to me and told me you was a fan of mine, nigga. That's the real story. And that's why you was mad. He's a up. So you know when a really up and he loses his jaw and she really a good jaw and you really lose it and the next got it and you don't feel like the next nigga should have your jaw, then niggas start like acting. I'm happy for the nigga. Boom.
Naturally. Just 24 hours after enjoying the premiere of her own film, Claressa Shields is now being drawn into unnecessary romantic turmoil on the internet. Furthermore, boxing is no longer the only aspect of it. Claressa is being publicly criticized by Remy Ma, Papoose, and her own ex. That's what happened. Papoose posted a casual creative remark about Claressa on Instagram. We shouldn't inquire about the path's destination if it is lovely. Adorable, huh? However, a comment was made right away that said, all she needed was someone like you to bring out her feminine side. You already know that people don't post remarks like that unless they're attempting to hint at something. even if that could sound like a compliment. Additionally, before viewers had a chance to completely interpret what it meant, Clarissa's ex-fiance, Tony Richardson, made a cameo with his own questionable little Facebook post. How about the time? It's too easy. Because if Tony's jokes are to be believed, Claressa could have been hiding a lot more about her personal life than people knew. This is the point at which chaos ensues. Tony decided to mock the situation on Facebook under the nickname Tony Rich. When I assault Remy Ma, won't you all be laughing and emojiing my peanut? On social media, he said, "Why are you inserting yourself when no one even called your name?" But, it didn't just sit there in only a few hours. The post garnered hundreds of shares and almost 1,000 comments, and people were consuming it. Then, Claressa herself posted comments with phrases like "all" with the heart emoji. In fact, the woman responded to her ex's awkward little joke in the midst of all of this chaos. Now, fans were clutching their phones as though to ask, because what does it say when you are apparently cuddling up to your papoose while grinning at your ex's shady comments about his wife? The time was just too perfect, and everyone was watching. Everyone is now curious as to whether Claressa has actually moved on from Tony, or if their relationship is still present. If this is what she is doing in public, just think of what we would not see before we even talk about what Papa is doing at the moment. Let's take a moment to look back. Tony Richardson was more than just a casual acquaintance, so Claressa forgot about him. This man was confined. Apologies. In late 2020, they made their public debut with the remark, "My partner loves me," by 2022. She was flaunting a whole diamond rock on her finger. The words of a fiancé Amgak.
I am live as we speak. When I type things in, people don't understand. Turn that camera on, ugly, and tell your lies. Don't type your lies. Tell them. Speak. While people talking to you, you read the comments, you can't keep up with them if you do that, right? I'll wait. I was just trying to get back with you yesterday.
You just said, Dad, you don't even deal with this lame no more.
Get back with what? I was laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh. What?
Papoose's silence is also not helpful. Let's be honest, he hasn't disclosed Clarissa's actual nature. Circumstance: is she dating him? Was there a tacit affirmation in the Instagram caption? Is he just mocking Remy, or what? Claressa seems divided between the ex with whom she intended to start a new life and the man who was still legally linked to his wife. Given the existing status of this triangle, as a result, many people think that Pap could have made a mistake in this struggle. Even if Claressa's past is not fully behind her, Remy is positioned in the middle, acting as though the tale is about him. It's not. Warning, spoilers, since Claressa leaned straight into the shadow rather than letting it fall off her back. It was by this point no longer about Papoose and had turned into a full-fledged altercation between Remy and Claressa. The real Remy Ma against Claressa Shields, she even tweeted on February 2nd. "Crash out and get whooped behind you." She eventually pulled it down, but not before someone on the internet tweeted a screenshot of it, gentlemen. It couldn't have arrived at a more stressful moment. In essence, Claressa challenged Remy to a celebrity boxing match after the two had been mocking one another's purported lack of knockouts. "Hold on," the crowd said. "Are these two really ready to engage in physical combat? Or is this just a Papoose feud?"